It's January 5th, 2018. Happy New Year to everyone. And I think this is the new year we should celebrate life. Celebrate the fact that humans are here. Celebrate what we've achieved. Celebrate the greatness of America and of the Western Enlightenment Project. But valuing something also means fighting for it. If you don't fight for what's valuable, it goes bye-bye. So, within the past few days, I encountered how a TV show that I have watched since my later childhood, in its latest incarnation, it has invited someone on there who is not a person interested in having children. En natural. The natural way, the 1.2 billion year evolved way. And I say 1.2 billion years because that's the number of years that sexual animals and sex in the first place has been around. Yes, I know that the Earth is about, 4.5 billion years old, blah, blah, blah. The universe is 13.6 billion. But I'm just talking about since sex started. Sex and reproduction were linked. But then, some naive noob fools, and a eugenicist to boot, decided it would be oh so special and useful to de-link sex and reproduction. Now, in my opinion, if you're going to define words scientifically, sex and reproduction cannot be separated. And if you're engaging in activities with your reproductive implements, which are not inherently reproductive, then you're not engaging in sex. You're engaging in mutual M-word activities. M-word. You know what the M-word is. The same as the J-O, 2 words. So, anyway, what's the value of having children? And what responsibility do you think that you can choose properly whether to have a child or not? 1.2 billion years of evolution didn't give you much choice. So now you think, oh, my brain is so big. I'm smarter than the 1.2 billion year process that brought me here. I'm smarter than that. I can have a happy life if I'm child-free or a non-reproductive outlier, such as a GAY person, or if you're gender non-binary, or if you're a bisexual, whatever the fuck that means, or, oh, excuse my French, my first expletive of this video. Sorry, I've had enough time on this planet that I don't give a much about political correctness. That's what happens. I don't give a about political correctness. Okay? I just care about survival and what helps humanity thrive the best. So anyway, there's another thing going on called Marxism, and a part of Marxism is called postmodernism. The postmodernists believe that babies are born as blank slates, blank chalkboards, in other words. And that whatever you write on the chalkboard, that's what the baby becomes. That's a lie. Twin studies have shown that when twins are separated at birth and then rejoined 20 or 30 years later, come to find out they have pretty much the exact same personality, the exact same job choices, and that the adoptive parents of the twin who was adopted basically had mostly zero impact. Now, there's another phenomenon going on where there's a cultural flow going on underneath. A cultural flow. So parents spend a lot of time trying to teach their kids not to engage in destructive dead-end behaviors. And yet, with all their good efforts, children are still sucked into the cultural flow. For example, I recently had a nephew returned from his Mormon mission to Down Under. And he's blocked me on Facebook. And so I feel at liberty to mention a little bit more, because people who block me on Facebook deserve a more explicit mention in my YouTube videos for sure. Although maybe not a huge mention, because the people who haven't blocked me, they're the more valuable ones. Yes or no? If you haven't blocked me on Facebook, you are a valuable person. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe I can help you red pill, like I've been red pilled. So, anyway, back to this situation of this nephew who just came back from his Mormon mission. Before his Mormon mission, he was a very pious Mormon, and I sent him messages on Facebook about how maybe the Mormon church isn't true. And then he blocked me because of that. Now that he's back, do you know what he did? He, like boop, married a presumably non-Mormon or less Mormon woman, and not married in the Mormon temple, thus destroying the hopes of his parents. Oh no, he won't be a Mormon. He won't live in the Mormon heaven with his parents forever unless he repents. Repent today. Spencer Kimball says repent. But the problem with Spencer Kimball's repenting path is that it can make you worse off than where you started. The Mormon Church likes to interrogate children and adults regarding their sexual activities. Intrusive interrogations. Are you masturbating? Are you masturbating? Are you masturbating? Are you masturbating? And then there was the kind and wonderful prophet, Spencer Kimball. People loved him so much. He came out with a letter that said, oral sex is not ordained of God, or something to that effect. I think the letter was from 1982. That's not too long ago. 1982. And then there was Boyd Packer, another Mormon prophet of God. He came out with a little pamphlet that said, if you make your little factory go too fast, in other words, by masturbating, then God does not approve of you. And Spencer Kimball said in his Miracle of Forgiveness book, if you masturbate, you're probably going to become gay. So I can see why in Salt Lake City there's a very popular Pride event and Pride Center. Very popular. Very popular. Very popular. Two sides of the same coin. The Mormon Church, intrusive interrogations of youngsters and adults regarding sexuality, and the gay community here. Two sides of the same coin. Okay? So, yes, there's evolved morality couched within religious contexts. And yes, the cultural left hates that fact, and the postmodernists deny that fact actively. A postmodernist would never admit to that. Never. And your average, angry, new atheist thinks that religion poisons everything. Well, religion poisons everything so much that it poisons climate science, so-called science. Religion poisons everything so much that it poisons leftist culture in general. A de facto religion, a de facto cult. Postmodernism is a de facto cult with all of the attributes of a religion. Heresy trials. Oh, dogma, doctrine, heresy trials, excommunications, punishments. If you don't toe the party line of postmodernism in the universities, in the academy, they'll boot you, they'll punish you, and the wastrel fucks of Antifa and BAM will come after you with their baseball bats. And we must notice that the wastrel dumbshits of Antifa and BAM are usually have the body piercings and the discolored hair. Yes, an indication that your brain is running brain software that's destroying your life. Yeah. So Marxism needs to be rejected. Anyway, so my hope for the new year is that we will work to embrace true naturalism, conservative naturalism. Your average Whole Food shopper pops Margaret Sanger's, eugenicist Margaret Sanger's birth control pill left and right. They like organic food. They think they're saving the planet. Green. But they change their mate preference by popping eugenicist Sanger's birth control pill. Change their mate preference on what type of facial structure they want, and leads to more depression also. So be careful with eugenicist Margaret Sanger's birth control pill. Don't use it too much. Maybe don't use it at all. Find another way. Yes, I agree, prudence is warranted, but don't cut yourself off at the yin yang. Don't cut yourself off at the yin yang. Don't cut yourself off at the nads. Otherwise, you might end up being a stupid, naive, wastrel, dumb shit, and your life will mostly count for nothing when you're dead. Goodbye. So have children, or don't. But if you don't blame me, because you could listen to this video. All right. Have fun, and the more fun, the more true you are to our evolutionary heritage, and the cultural right is more true to our evolutionary heritage than the cultural left. The more true you are to our evolutionary heritage as an evolved animal, the more happy you'll be. That's my message. My New Year's message. Happy New Year.